I'm Bri, and thank you for joining me with Mindfulness with Bri, brought to you by Breathewithbri, and live streamed by Encore SEO. If you want to connect with the information will be in the description. I would love to hear from you. Definitely contact me if you want to book a session or if you want to join in one of the in-person sessions here. Today we're gonna start. We're just gonna do some simple things, and we're gonna start off with butterfly pose. So I'm just going to bring my feet together, keep my knees bent, bring them up a little bit, and just kind of rest in this pose right here. And I'm feeling my back, feeling my back straight. And you get right in my nose. Out the into my nose. I'm going to inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 5, and exhale for the count of 6. Before I move to the next position, which is actually just going to be resting on the flat. So, what we'll do is get back into our butterfly position and then just lie around back. Then make sure legs remain open, back is flat, legs do not have to touch the ground. And as we're in the resting butterfly position, I'm going to place my hand on my stomach, right at my belly button. I'm just going to take a deep breath in, and I am going to inhale as far as my lungs will expand. When I exhale, I'm going to exhale until my lungs are completely empty. Now make sure I inhale through my nose and exhale through my mouth. I'm going to do it one more time. Again, I'm going to make sure that my stomach is nice and open. I inhale as far as my lungs will expand. I'm going to hold it a little, and then I'll exhale, completely releasing everything that I've held in my mind. As I'm inhaling, I can imagine all of the positive, all of the encouraging, all of the insightful moments of information that I'm receiving. And as I exhale, I can release any confusion, any doubt, and any fear. And now I'll transition ever so slightly into pose mode. So I'm just going to straighten my legs. And I'll just be lying flat with my arms to my side, my legs straight, back. Everything touching the floor completely relaxed. I can make my body feel completely weightless or extremely heavy. So take a deep breath in for 4, hold for 5, and exhale for 6. And I place my hands in the center of my chest. And I'm going to inhale until my lungs cannot expand any longer. And then of course I'll exhale until my lungs are completely released. Continue to take deep breaths. And you don't have to expand your lungs. You don't have to use your lungs to the full capacity. You can take deep breaths if they are comfortable for you. And as you take your deep breaths, with your hand on your chest, remain grounded and centered. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. Exhale through your mouth. Pay attention to your body. How does your body feel as you lie still, as you lie straight? Be mindful, is there any warmth in your chest, under your hand? Maybe your hands feel a little warm. How do your feet feel? Your mind. Be mindful of the sensations in your physical body as well as your mind. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Take a few moments in this flat position to not necessarily explore our minds, but to pay attention to what is on the forefront of our mind. Is it really important? Is it really something that we need to be focusing on, especially in this moment? You can take a deep breath in through your nose as you reflect on those thoughts. And as you're releasing, you release all of those things that you realize are not important in this moment. We want to transition again slowly into bridge pose. So for bridge pose, I'm just going to bring my arms back down to the side of my body. Bend my knees. Those my knees are straight up. My feet still up. Not past my hips. I'm just going to lift my bottom. So there is space between my bottom and the ground. My back, my feet are still planted firmly on the ground. And my bottom is lifted. I can take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through your mouth. You can breathe in a way that is comfortable for you. And as your in-bridge pose, feel a little bit right up in here, in your lower back, and a little bit in your knee. A little bit in your thighs. You take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Or you can breathe in a way that is comfortable for you. You can take deep breaths, or you can breathe regularly. As you feel any discomfort, relax your body, or adjust your body. If you need to release one of your legs, release one of your legs, so make sure the other leg can't hold your body up. You don't want to fall. And maybe you have to relax your whole body, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you have to put your arms up to support like this, it's perfectly fine. Take a deep breath into your nose, out your mouth. Take a deep breath into your nose. Hold it. Out your nose. Slowly bring your body down. And I'm just going to stretch my legs just a little bit. And extend one of them. Bring my right knee up to the chest. Bring it back down. And then this is just me stretching out. Releasing some things that may have come up as I was ready to propose. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we get a feeling somewhere in our body while we're doing the pose. Sometimes the feeling is staying. Sometimes it goes. But it's up to us to kind of recognize what is not sitting right with our body, what is making our body uncomfortable, what is encouraging growth in our body. It's up to us to acknowledge those things. So I'm just going to sit here for a while. I'm going to stretch my back out a little. I'm going to place my hands on my knees. And again, I'm going to bring my attention to the things that are in the front of my mind. Now, where am I thinking? A lot of us are thinking about that. So of course, maybe Christmas is in the back of your mind. Maybe New Year is in the back of your mind. Maybe you have some goals you want to reach, and those things are in the back of your mind. That's perfectly fine. But right now we're going to focus on the things that are currently in the front of your mind, taking your energy, taking your attention. We're going to focus on those things. And we are really going to evaluate if they really matter as much in this moment. We really want to evaluate if we are giving anything in this moment too much attention, too much of our energy, too much of our time. So you can select a focal point. Maybe you have a candle in front of you. You can stay with a candle. Or maybe you have a beautiful painting. Or you can stare at your painting. But if you're outdoors, and there's a nice tree, you can stay. Or you just close few moments to again focus on the things that is in the front of our mind. Thinking about this. Something we have to do. Something we just think that we have to do. Anything taking up your time and energy. Anything taking up your time and energy. Some of these things are important. Some of us have to work. Some of us have children. And these things may take up our time and energy, but they don't deplete our time and energy. They have a space in our life. We're able to navigate through those things easily. But there are certain things that we do not have a space in the life we currently live. Certain things that don't hold importance. Those are the things we're focusing on real recently. To end our session, we're actually going to do a brain dump, which is why we brought some attention to some of those things. So with our brain dump, I'm actually going to use my new notebook that CindySueFromthelou made me. It's super cute. She got a bunch of cool stickers on here. But a brain dump is literally just dumping your brain. So we have those things on the front of our mind. We have our paper, we have our pen, and we're just going to get it out. It doesn't have to make any sense. Literally the first thing I'm going to write is food time. What does that mean, right? It's just the first thing on my mind, right? Because I think about food a lot. And maybe I waste time. I may need help with time management, but ultimately, you just want to write things as they come to your brain, or as they're in your brain, as they exist in your brain. You can make sense out of it later if you want to, but you don't really have to necessarily. You can just go back to it and treat it like a puzzle. It may be able to help you in the future realize, okay, this is something that was once on my mind, now I'm not even tripping off of it, it wasn't that important. So it can help you as a guide to things that are important, things that are not important. Another thing to note is that a brain dump doesn't have to only have words, right? And it doesn't have to, there's no particular order. It can be bullet points, it can be paragraphs, it can be lines, it can be lists of words. I often have a mixture. It can be pictures, so I often have like bullet points and maybe a few lines, maybe a paragraph, but I always have bullet points and pictures. And again, sometimes when we're trying to express things we feel, we don't have the words. So sometimes you feel an emotion and you start drawing a straight line that turns into a triangle, that turns into a pyramid, that just kind of extends. So that's another thing when we're doing our brain dumps. We want to allow ourselves to be creative. If we're just holding our paper and we don't have anything that we think we can put on the paper, I don't know, maybe just draw a straight line and see where that straight line takes you. Because often symbols present themselves even when we don't expect them. So you may have some things in your mind, and you may not be able to communicate them effectively, but once you begin to try
to get those things out, once you begin to try to communicate effectively or express effectively, then you'll get that additional support and you'll be guided, right? You'll be guided by your God, your ancestors, to express and communicate. Sometimes I roll back through my brain dumps and I'll find some lines for some poetry or for some poor story or something like that. Or again, maybe even a symbol inspires me to create something a little different. Maybe I'm inspired by something I've seen or something I've heard. So, brain dumps can definitely be beneficial. I actually like to start my day with a brain dump. I normally end my day with journaling, actual kind of making sense of things. But at the beginning of my day, I just dump everything out. Again, if it makes sense, I'll make sense of it. But I don't try to force myself to make sense of it. Ultimately, my goal is to kind of get some things out of my head so that I can make sense of the things that need to be there in that moment or during that day. Not things at the end of the week per se, but things that are important for me in that moment so that I don't get overwhelmed or overstimulated. So that's today's session. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, I'm Bree. You can connect with me at Breathewithbri. And you also want to make sure that you connect with Encore STL because they also have some other amazing events as well. Again, my notebook was presented by the amazing CindySueFromthelou, and I'll also have her information listed as well. I'll see you next time.